What's going on, guys? This is Nathan the Scrub Academy welcoming you to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Now, I know a lot of you already know what Master Duel is, but if you don't, Master Duel is a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game online made by Konami that was recently released. Now, this is not my first time playing. I played through yesterday just through the first practice duel just to get those out of the way. But today I wanted to go ahead and bring it to you to show you what it is if you haven't already seen it. This is something that is for new players, older players. Anybody can play this. You can play free to play. You can play pay to play. Just depends if you want to excel faster or kind of work towards it and work on that grind game. So today what we're going to be doing is jumping into it. I do have two of the introductory areas left in the solo campaign area. So we're going to go and jump through that together and we can take a look and see just how cool this game really is. And then we're going to go ahead and figure out what's going to be happening next. I think it's going to take me quite a while to get through these. So we might do one today, one tomorrow, and then starting next week we're going to be doing something crazy. And we're going to try and build some decks. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it and we'll see just what happens. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to jump into solo here. And yeah, so I completed the tutorial and the duel strategy yesterday, and that took me almost an hour and a half, I want to say. It was very long. You didn't even get to see a video of it just because of how long it was. It was going to be way too long. I didn't want to put you through that. So today we have the Absolute Monarch and we have the Warriors of the Elemental Lords. So these are going to be learning the basics of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel, or Master Duel. So let's go ahead and jump into the Absolute Monarchs. We're going to be using the use Emperor spell and trap cards to successfully tribute summon to activate powerful effects. The Emperors, the very embodiment of destruction, obliterate all. Now, if you don't know, Monarchs plus Frogs, so I guess Frog Monarchs, was one of my very favorite and first decks that I've ever played. So being able to play Monarchs again is going to be very nostalgic to me, and I cannot wait. So it looks like there's going to be quite a few things that we're going to be going through here to learn how to play the game. Like I said, this is still just learning as we go and just seeing how this game goes, because this is made for not only older players who have been playing for a long time. Like I've been playing for what, 10 years now. Yeah, 10 years now actually. Wow, like this month is 10 years. That's crazy to me. But also for people who have never played before. So if you've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is your first time jumping into it and you want to learn, this is for you as well. So welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's jump into it. So we're going to be looking at different scenarios here, different cards, and hopefully we can earn some free cards, because that's the way this practice is. As you complete the practices, as you complete the duels in the practice area and in the introductory courses, you actually get gems, you get cards that kind of help you mold your decks later on, because everything is deck building in this game. You're earning gems to buy packs to hopefully pull cards that you want. So it's cool. Alright, this is dope already. In this world, some beings embodied the concept of destruction. Their dignified appearance and behavior were like those of monarchs. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. I love it. No one knew for what purpose the monarchs sought the destruction of the world. They wield their paranormal powers and reduce everything in their sights to nothingness. I am in love. Thunder booms before them and trees turn brittle. They boil the mountains and crack the earth. They conjure storms and submerge all into unfathomable darkness. The world steeped in turmoil and rage, subsumed by darkness. And when there is nothing more to destroy, they move on to the next land, searching for further destruction. All that witness this great destruction shudder in fear. It is the fate of any unfortunate enough to be in their path, to disappear in an instant. And, among the destroyers of this world, there is an alpha. Its overwhelming power of intimidation lays other destroyers prone, and it possesses untold strength. Erebus, the underworld monarch! Oh! Erebus, the underworld monarch, sits on his throne in the darkest of darkness, looking on at the destruction of the world as it were the most natural thing. Oh, I love it. So they have story modes stories for the different areas, different cards. So monarchs, they get their own story, just like I just read to you. I'm hoping that all the other archetypes get backstories. I'm hoping. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm hoping, because if so, that would be badass, and Konami is amazing for doing this. Oh, I am in love already. Okay, so this is going to be our first practice duel. You can actually go through, I learned this yesterday, you can look at your opponent's deck, so you can kind of see what they're playing. So they're playing Monarchs as well. We're probably just playing a different version of it. So we get a loner deck here, and if we win, we actually get 150 of whatever this is right here. I'm not sure what this is, but we're going to get 150 of that if we do actually do it. So we're in the ins and outs of the Monarch deck, which is amazing, because I love Monarchs, so why not be jumping into a deck that I already know and understand, so I don't look like a fool to you guys. Now I want to take a second right here. We're going to stop and look at this. Look at this field. Now if you know what Dueling Book is, if you know what Duel Links is, everything has a field. But this is an amazing field, and as you're beating your opponent or as you're taking damage, the field actually changes, which is awesome. And there's a rescue rabbit right over here just hanging out with us. How cool is that? Alright, let's go ahead. We'll draw our first turn. Okay, so this is Idea the Heavenly Squire. Now, if you don't know what Idea the Heavenly Squire does, I'll go ahead and click on it for you so you can read along with me. But basically what happens here is you can normal summon Idea to special summon Eidos from the deck. Now, when Eidos is specialed, then you get an additional normal summon. And then later on, you can actually banish the Eidos to special the Idea to special the Eidos, and it just goes back and forth, back and forth. But alright, let's go ahead. We'll normal summon Idea, and you can actually see it. So you can actually, you click on the card so you can actually read their entire effects on the screen. So if you don't know what cards do and you're just learning, you can read the entire card there. So it's not like you're just SOL if you don't actually know what the card actually does. So let's go ahead. We're going to normal summon our Idea here. We'll activate the effect of Idea, and we're going to special summoning Eidos. It doesn't matter if you want to do any spot on the field. Doesn't matter where. Now, Eidos will actually activate the effect to actually get you the extra tribute summon for the turn. So then you can go ahead and summon Mobius, the Mega Monarch. So Mobius, the Mega Monarch, when it's tribute summon, you can target up to 3 spell or traps. Convenient, they have 3 right there for us, and destroy them. So we can go ahead and tribute both of our monsters here. And then we'll activate our Mobius's effect. And it walks you through everything too. Like when you click on anything, like if there's any cards on your side of the field that you need to activate, it'll actually ask you, do you want to chain those cards? So it's really cool that it does that, and not just having to rely on whether or not you know the timing or whether or not you can activate the effects. So it really helps you learn the game, not only in Master Duel, but for real life too. And the chains here, look at this, like you get to actually see like chain links. That is amazing. We've never seen that before. This is amazing. So we've got the chain link 4 right here. So yeah, basically it'll help you show you how things resolve, how it works, whether or not you can activate effects, whether all the rulings are built into this, as long as there aren't any kind of mess up so far. So that's pretty cool right there. Alright, so let's go ahead. We will enter battle phase. Plus the music. Have you listened to the music? Listen to this. So cool. It's deep. So you can kind of see how like the field gets destroyed on his side of the field. Amazing. Just how everything changes. Like they put a lot of time into this. Alrighty. So let's complete it. We got 150 Earth Orbs. Alright. So it looks like we can go ahead and we can duel again here. We're going to get the purple orb, whatever that is. So we're going to be special summoning the Spell Striker and the Tricky to secure tributes for tribute summoning while utilizing Dark World dealings to replace your hand. Watch out for the card destroying Kuraz the Light Monarch. Alright, so you can see like what the deck is, loner deck, etc. So looks like you can choose which one you want here. So you can either choose to have 150 of this purple orb here, or you can choose to have Delg the Dark Monarch. And honestly, Delg isn't that good for me that I care about. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go for the orbs because I feel like those are going to be more beneficial in the long run. And I'm sure that you'll end up getting Delg anyway in the end, so it's not that big of a deal for us. But okay, let's go ahead and take a look here. Ooh, our opening hand is kind of gross here. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and activate my Reinforcement of the Army. That will actually allow me... I don't want to activate that. So it asks you, if you can see, it asks you, hey, do you want to chain something in your hand? Which is really cool because then you can kind of have a chance to do it instead of having to think on the fly and think, okay, I need to change something, and then try and like reach out to your opponent and say, hey, I'd like to change something in response to this, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to add our Idea to our hand because it is a warrior. Now, Idea, you can special summon the Eidos. Alright, so with that, you can activate the Pantheism here. So we're going to activate the Pantheism, and I hate doing this portion of it just because you have to choose one of these to discard. And I don't want to discard the Stormforth, obviously. We're going to discard the other Pantheism in our hand, and that's going to allow us to draw 2. And I'm guessing that's going to allow us to draw into a Monarch. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're not going to chain that. Alright, so it looks like we actually got like literal trash. So let's just go ahead and set this. I'm not sure what's going on just yet here, but I don't want to summon anything. So if you're playing the mirror match, which I believe we are now, what's going to happen is we're going to be taking advantage of each other's cards on the field. So like I can tribute summon their monsters. Well, I don't have anything, so I don't want to put something on my field. That way they can tribute summon it. So we're going to wait. We're going to see what happens. Let them go. We don't really have anything to do with their hand anyway, so I'm not too worried just yet. Alright, so he's going to attack us for 2,000. That's okay. We're down to 6,000. And he's going to tribute that for the Delg. So when this card is summoned, you can target 2 cards in the graveyard, banish them. Ooh, that's not good for me. I should have activated that. Oh, that's kind of depressing. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll draw for turn here. Another Pantheism. So unfortunately, we are going to have to discard the Stormforth here, but that's okay. Let's go ahead. We'll activate. And we're going to discard the Stormforth to draw 2. Alright, so we have targeting 1 monster in the graveyard, special summon it in defense position and it gets effects. Also, equipped with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy the monster, and then he can actually be activated or be used. So, what we're going to do here is we will activate that. And we're going to be special summoning him in defense position. Unfortunately, but that's okay. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead. We can activate the Pantheism in the grave. So we can activate that by banishing it and then revealing 3 for them to choose 1 for us to add. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can add here. I don't really see much that's like crazy. I don't like that there's only 2 tenacity in the deck. That's kind of gross, but alright. The problem is we're not really revealing anything. Okay, so we're gonna reveal that. We'll activate yeah, we'll add that. And then these 2, because then we can add that. So we have to hope that we draw into something, obviously. And then he'll choose 1. Alright, so from there, that's pretty much all we can do right now. I'm not sure if, like, I was technically supposed to get other things in this or not, but we're gonna figure out this as we go and hope that we don't lose. It looks like you can also do, like, auto-dueling here, and then I'm not sure what's going on here, but we'll have to see. Alright, so that's destroyed. That's okay. Hopefully we draw into something cool here. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Cool, so we got Mobius, the Mega Monarch. Cool, so we can actually destroy this. So what I'm going to be doing, so basically we're going to activate our return here. We're going to normal summon our idea. So Idea's effect will activate, special summon the Eidos to get us that tribute summon. Alright, so his effect will activate, getting us that tribute summon. Now we're going to tribute summon for our Mega Monarch. Alright, so now we can activate effects here. So we can activate our return as well as this. So we're going to be doing chain links here. So we're going to do chain link 1. And it should allow us to chain. Okay, cool. So we can chain. And then we can actually activate the others. So we'll activate that, so it'll add back one of our banished. Alright, so we got chains there. And then we can activate this last. And we're going to be adding. Alright, so chain link 3 will go first. That will allow us to add 1. Resolving backwards. So now we can add anything that's level. We'll go ahead and add the Erebus since we talked about that one earlier. Idea will happen, so it gets back our Pantheism. And then Mobius. Alright, cool. So from there we can do multiple different things here. So if this card should be summoned, you get to send 2 different Monarchs and traps to the graveyard, and then shuffle 1 card back from the hand, graveyard, and or the side of the field, so anything you want. And then if he's in the graveyard, you can discard a Monarch trap, then target one monster in your graveyard, and then add it to the hand. So you can actually activate the effect and discard 1 to add back. So that's cool. So you can actually, depending on what we want to do here, we'll go ahead, we will not activate that. So this is going to be an interesting area because you can actually activate to get him back. So we're actually going to wait till next turn to do that, just in case. We're going to see what we draw into. Because we're going to probably be using the Erebus, but I want to see what they have first. Alright, so he has Dark Hole here. So glad we didn't summon him just yet. And end phase. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll draw for turn here. Alright, so we got another idea. Alright, so he doesn't have any monsters, so this card is kind of dead here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to activate the Pantheism. Selecting this card to go to the grave to draw 2. Alright, cool, so we got that, awesome. Alright, so now we're going to be going ahead and activating Trade-In. And we're going to get rid of the Grimoire here. And then it's going to allow us to draw 2 cards. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we'll normal summon our idea, activating the effect to summon the IDOS. And that'll get us our additional normal summon. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to activate Tenacity real quick by revealing our Erebus. And that'll allow us to add one to our hand. And I want to add this one. Alright. So this card is actually going to make it so the tribute summon monster can't be destroyed by card effects. So like the Dark Hole that just activated can't be destroyed by that. Alright, so let's go ahead. We will normal summon here by attributing these two for Erebus. Such a beautiful card. Alright, so we're going to be activating Erebus effect Chain Link 1, and then Chain Link 2 is going to be Idea. Idea is going to add back a Pantheism. I love how it resolves. It like resolves for you, so it's like nice and automated. And then Erebus is going to activate, so we're going to be sending 2 to the grave, so we'll send one of our Prime Monarchs. And then the other card that we don't really care about anymore, let's go ahead with this card. Alright, so we'll send those 2 to the grave. Have to be different names. And then you can shuffle one card from the opponent's hand into the deck. So the only card they have. Alright, so we'll go ahead, we'll activate our March of the Monarchs. We will set our escalation. We'll enter our battle phase and we'll attack. And now that we have this on our field, he can't actually Dark Hole us, so that's cool. Or Geki or anything along the lines of destruction when it comes to monsters. Now if he has like a Rise or something, we're SOL. But alright, we don't need to activate it there now. The one thing that I don't like about this game is it keeps asking if you want to activate anything, no matter what. So I feel like there should be like a hotkey that allows you to hit it if you want to activate, but this just asks just to make sure. Alright, part of the extravagance here. We don't really have any other ways of drawing right now, so we are going to go ahead, we will activate that part of extravagance. And we don't really use our extra deck, so let's go ahead and we'll banish those. And this will allow us, oh, we're not going to activate either of those, to draw 2 there. Alright, so we're not going to be doing really much of anything right now. So let's go ahead and we'll just enter battle phase, and we'll attack through. I was going to say, these are all just going to be random things that we're not going to use, so. Alright, let's go ahead, we will end our turn there. And then figure out how to get rid of the... I guess I should, okay, it does go away. I was going to say, how do we get rid of this? Alright. We'll draw for turn here. We do have Ryza now. Awesome. Okay, so what we can do is we can actually activate effects here. We should have a Prime in here somewhere, right? Alright. We're going to activate the Prime here. So we will, by banishing one other one. So this is in the grave already, so we'll go ahead and we'll banish that because we actually want to add that back later. Alright, so from there, we're just going to normal summon the IDOS. And that will get us the additional normal summon. And now we can tribute summon. Yes. We're going to go ahead and return that back to the deck. Alright. So from there, we can just go ahead and enter the battle phase and jump on in. If you right click, I wonder if that will go away too. I'll check that this next turn. And alright, we finished the duel, just like that. Probably didn't go as flawless as expected, but that's okay. Alright, so we got 150 of the dark orbs. So alright, so we can go to the goal here. Can we go into this? You do not have enough items, so you need 150. So you need 200 dark orbs to go into this. Okay. So how can we go and get 150 more of those? I'm not sure you're not even going to be able to just yet. gonna have to try and figure that out later. Okay, so we do get some rewards though, so that's cool. So looks like we're gonna be getting some cards here after the goal here, and we're gonna find out what we get. I gotta get my voice back here. The advance of the Monarchs, who embody the very concept of destruction, continue. How many countless worlds must they have destroyed? Lightning storms, blizzards, lava, and seismic catastrophe, all manners of destruction assail the world. As they advance, the Monarchs grow ever stronger, perpetually pushing the boundaries of destruction. Their power defiles all matter equally. There is no way to discern whether or not the Monarchs are aware of what they destroy. They advance thoroughly, expunging all that enters their field of vision, no matter the scenery. However, in a land reduced to rubble, from the heavens descended a creator, Aether, the heavenly monarch. A savior descended, as if a miracle, to a land awaiting its destruction. Whether this creator could be counted as one of the monarchs is unknown. The ground in which the creator has landed slowly begins to revive. A day will surely come when this land, regenerated by the creator, will be destroyed again. Nonetheless, with no reward, Aether, the heavenly monarch, fills this ruined world with the light of rebirth. Peaceful, I like it. So we get like a little end story there, which is awesome. Alright, so it looks like we actually got the structure deck for the emergence of the Monarchs, which is really cool. And we finished the gate. And we found a card pack, Supernatural Elements. Are you sure you want to go to the store? I do not want to go to the store, actually. What I want is more of these so we can actually get some more Dark Orbs. How do we get those? More Dark Orbs right there. Is there a way that we can get more? Or am I going to have to wait? So it's clear but not complete. Alright, so, oh my goodness, there are so many of these. These must just give you like all of the cards, which is cool. It gives you more stuff. Alright, so beckon elemental lures to the field, taking advantage of the elemental saber, ability to change attributes in the graveyard, control the power of the mighty elements. So we are going to go ahead, we will pick this up tomorrow, and we will see what's going on here with the Warriors of the Six Elemental Lures. So we finished up the Absolute Monarch. Hopefully we get some more of those Dark Orbs so we can go back to the Absolute Monarch again and finish out the rest of those duels to get even more cool things. But yeah, we're going to go ahead, we'll jump into this next one tomorrow. I know there's a lot going on, so we want to make sure we kind of spread it out. That way it's not going too long for you guys. But that's all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy and want to play YuGiOh Duel Master, it's available on PS5, or PlayStation, Xbox, the Switch, also on Steam for the PC. It's coming to the App Store and the Apple Store as well as the Play Store as well, I believe, soon. I'm not sure when yet. They probably got to work out some kinks with that. But yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. What deck out of all these do you want to see me build? Because after we get done with all these, we're going to have a lot of decks like unlocked, and we can actually start building some decks and start working on, you know, mastering and going up the ranks of Duel Master while being a free-to-play channel. So that's all I got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nathan from Academy, signing up for now. Peace out.